Alright guys, so here's part one of content change. This is a segment I'm going to be calling Fasting Coffee, where pretty much I will talk about a subject and describe what my opinions on it, or whether regardless it'll help you or any type of means. So I do this thing called intermittent fasting, and for you guys that don't do that, is pretty much you just skip breakfast. You can't skip, I don't know, it's not skipping breakfast, but you're just pushing that first meal later into the day, or you have an eating window. One or the other. Mainly you want to pretty much get a 16-hour fast in order to have your body get all these amazing benefits that I'll talk about in another video. But for now, it's just me doing this and then just have my cup of coffee. Meow. Alright? It's not gay. So, topic of today is, should you train fasted? Ooh, this is a really good one. So, I personally train fasted. I know a lot of people out there are gonna be like, oh, but you're gonna go catabolic. You're gonna go catabolic if you train fasted. You won't. Alright? The thing is, unless you haven't been eating for like 2 days straight, your body's not gonna go catabolic from training fasted. Because when you, like, protein breakdown, it goes pretty far into the fast. It's first, that's why you do intermittent fasting in the first place, is just to use body fat as energy instead of using glycogen from your muscle storages. So, fasted training, I really prefer it. It's because I train earlier in the day. I train around noonish, just 3 days a week. So, but if you train later into the day, like let's say you train like 4 to 5, or just after work, let's just say, I do recommend you probably eat a first meal in order to get your training more optimized for your body, because I don't know, I personally have more energy. Like, I'll just drink some coffee, but pretty much this is like the best pre-workout ever. Just drink some black coffee, get a nice boost in caffeine, because caffeine, it blunts my appetite, it gives me a ton of energy, so why not, right? I'm more focused, and that's one thing. Like, just the cognitive thinking is just, it's so much better, because I feel like if I eat food and then I go train, I'm like, I feel sluggish. And I know, like, there are times you it also just depends on what you do before, and because there's gonna be workouts occasionally where you're just gonna be tired and be dead and you just don't want to move on, but you gotta push through, and those are drags. Alright, but I say that's more of a mentality than it really is your body telling you that, oh, you need food. But for fasted training, I recommend it. I think it's a good way to get, while you're in your caloric deficit, you burn off more calories, burn off more fat, and then after your post-workout, just eat a big meal, and you'll most likely get, honestly, and if you have your first meal after your workout, and it's pretty big, like normally when you're doing intermittent fasting, you want to have it's like 2 big meals, but when you have your first big meal, it's gonna snap you out. You're gonna get like an anabolic kind of response from it, which is why when a lot of people, when they do intermittent fasting at the beginning, they'll kind of, well, I mean, even just working out in general, in the beginning, like, people can lose weight and build muscle at the same time. It's really fucking hard as an intermittent, when you're later in your lifting career, it's pretty much goddamn impossible unless you do all this fancy shit. I mean, I guess technically you have to be in a positive nitrogen balance, but you have to be anabolic in order to be in a positive nitrogen balance. So there's that. So people who train fasted, you are completely fine. Alright, there's nothing to worry about. Fucking coffee, baby. I got great results. Alright, I'll show you guys. Alright, I don't want to sound like a fuckboy, but from where I was fucking, I was 210 I'll tell you right now. I was 210, 20% body fat, and that was about roughly, that was a year ago. That was not that long ago. That was a year ago from pretty much today. I was 210, fucking 20% body fat. Now I'm down to like 180, 170, high 70s, really low 80s, and I'm around 11% body fat, and I show you. I mean, pretty much that's just a year of training and just dedication. I mean, granted, I've been doing intermittent fasting for pretty much, I think I've been doing it for about 7 months now. And I'd say most of my results probably came from that because I just enjoy it. It's a much easier and enjoyable lifestyle, and the training is just so good. And I'll go over training, actually. So, pretty much, I train 3 days a week, and they're all powerlifting related. Alright, I am a very big enthusiast on strength training while cutting. The thing is, people that do a lot of cardio, when you're doing a lot of cardio, when you're doing sprints, and this is really bad when you're dieting, because when you're sprinting, when you're doing all this cardio, you're gonna rev up your appetite. And the thing is, cardio is not really a good way to lose fat. Alright, fat comes down to one thing, and that's being in a caloric deficit. And like, let's just say you run for 30 minutes. You run for 30 minutes, you probably burn 300 calories. You know how easy it is for me to put in 300 calories? That's like 2 minutes. 2 minutes of me eating 300 calories. Easy. And that's eating something even healthy. That's super easy. And is running for 30 minutes really worth it when you can just cut back your calories a little bit? I'd say if you were to do some cardio, it'd have to be very, what I'm trying to look for, it'd be very convenient. Like, it's something that you don't really feel like you have to go out of your way to do. I mean, just like even like small tasks, like even if you go for a 40-minute walk. 40-minute walk, you can burn a couple hundred calories doing that. You can just, even like doing your basic normal everyday activities, just doing something else while you're doing, like, I don't know, like sometimes I'll like throw something in the microwave when I'm cooking some food, or when I'm baking, I'll just go do some yoga, or I'll just stretch. Stretching, I mean, like even just any sort of physical activity that just gets you moving a little bit, you're gonna burn calories anyway. If that, I'd say that's like the only cardio I really recommend doing, unless you really just like running. But the chances are, if you really like running, you're probably not in a position that you're fat anyway, or have a higher body fat percentage than others. So fasted cardio, no. Oh, actually, fasted cardio, I guess, no, sorry, no. Scratch that. Don't do any of it. Cardio is pointless. It's not going to get you like really any results, and you're just going to end up being a lot more hungry because it's going to rev up the appetite, just because you're just putting yourself through so much physical activity. Strength training, on the other hand, it's a godsend. Alright? When you shoot for PRs every workout, and you just get stronger and stronger, and trust me, 90% of it, it's all in here, like the strength, because a lot of people will think, oh, when you're cutting, you're gonna lose strength. No, they're telling themselves that. I PR'd cutting. It's easy. You have the right mind for it. You can easily maintain your muscle mass while cutting. That's simple. All right, because I'm not gonna say you can really build muscle in a caloric deficit, but you can for sure keep your strength. And pretty much muscle is a byproduct of strength. The stronger you are, the chances are you're gonna have a lot of muscle. You're not gonna see someone with a small chest benching 315 or inclining 225. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see someone having a fucking not wide back. I guess I can't find the other word for it. You can't see someone not have a wide back when they're doing weighted chin-ups or weighted pull-ups. Some people are gonna have small arms when they're sitting there fucking curling over a plate on a bar. All right, it's not gonna happen. It's all relative, and that's the problem. Is I'm also all for the all relative strength. Absolute strength is meaningless to me. All right, I would much rather be the weight I am right now at a lower body fat percentage, but if I can sit there and do one-arm push-ups, I can do muscle-ups, I am much happier doing that kind of cool. I think it's cool as fuck, alright? I'd rather do that than say, oh, I can bench 405. Like, it's just not really my thing. But for strength training, it's going to preserve your muscle, it's going to preserve your strength, and it's a better way to burn calories, I personally think. The reason why you don't want to go over the frequency I do, training 3 times a week, is because your CNS takes 3 days to recover. Even though the muscle group can recover in 48 hours, your CNS takes 72 hours to recover. So if you're sitting there working out like 5 days a week, there's no way you're gonna keep that up. You're not gonna keep the same strength unless you're eating the right diet for it and you're getting the proper rest. And trust me, with insomnia, it's pretty fucking hard to get that proper rest. It kind of blows, but you live and you learn. That's why I like strength training 3 days a week, and it doesn't take longer than an hour. Alright, I do reverse pyramid training, where you do your heaviest set first, and then you work your way lower with higher reps, and I'll do a couple of accessories, depending on the muscle group I'm training that day. All that fun stuff. And then some good coffee. I recommend you guys go get some coffee. Fasted coffee, godsend. Boost metabolism. And it keeps myself sane. And for training, just make sure you're consistent. Consistency is key. All right. Again, a year. Like, even though a year from now, for like, let's say you're a beginner and you're like, oh, I want to make changes. I want to be training like 2 months, in a couple months, like, and that's being pretty solid. But it's not gonna happen. It's really not. You can lose fat at a really fast rate, but building strength and muscle, that takes time. Because, like, even though I'm pretty lean, like, I have abs, but the thing is, I wouldn't say I'm like super strong. I mean, I'd say in comparison to the average person, yeah, I'm probably stronger than the average person, but I'm by no means like super strong whatsoever. But getting lean is really easy. Just make sure that you're in a caloric deficit. That's all that matters. So I'm going to wrap up today by saying no cardio, intermittent fasting's bae, and strength train. Do you want to make gains? Use strength train. Bodybuilding, you don't need that volume. Trust me. I'll go over like how to set up your macros, and I'll go over intermittent fasting and how a typical day of eating should be if you want to maximize fat loss and minimize muscle loss. Sorry, I think I said that completely wrong. So, if you want to minimize muscle loss and maximize the fat loss, stay tuned.